Most of my life, I've been crippled by low self-confidence. I can actually remember a time in middle school where it was really bad. There was this girl that I liked. She liked me. All of our friends were like, just go ask her out. She'll say yes, like 100% sure. So I get to third period where I'm supposed to ask her out, and I just get overwhelmed by self-doubt. I walk in, I just act like this girl doesn't exist. I sit on the other side of the class, literally shaking, and everybody's just laughing at me. Eventually, I mustered up the courage to ask her. She said yes, but this is just a prime example of my self-doubt. I know I'm not alone in this, which is likely why you're watching this video too. It's no secret now more than ever we have a crisis of confidence, especially among Christian men. Whether that's self-doubt, fear, anxiety, comparison, all of it, it's destroying us. Now we're asking the question, what we're going through, what we're dealing with, what we need to work on. But have we ever asked the question, why? Why is Satan attacking us in this area? Have you ever considered maybe it's not because you're weak in this area, it's because you're dangerous? My name is Nate, and over the last few years, I've had the honor of helping Christian men restore the physical and spiritual strength that God created them to have. And today, I'm going to show you the biblical secret that helped me restore my confidence and help you do the same. Throughout the Bible, there's several examples of men who had insane levels of confidence and courage despite their circumstances, but there's no one quite like Paul. This dude had straight up balls. He went through hell, he faced tons of evil, yet he had confidence through it all, and I envy him for it. There's several verses that give us the clue to his identity, but one sticks out to me in 2 Timothy. In chapter 1, verse 7, Paul says, "For God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and self-control." What this means is that fear that's in your head, that's whispering to you that you're not good enough, isn't from you. It's actually from the devil. We need to be asking ourselves the question, why is the devil attacking us in this area? What if we had confidence in this area? What is the impact that we could make? We also know that from God, only power, love, and self-control flow. The reason you have this doubt, this fear, this anxiety is because the devil is trying to stop you from fulfilling your purpose. And it is extremely selfish to stay in that. Because not only are you hindering what you can do, you are hindering the impact you can make on other people. Imagine if we had a generation of Christian men who stood firm and acted like men, having the courage despite the doubt being thrown at them because they had confidence. Now, the root word of confidence is confide, trust. And the reason you don't have confidence in yourself is because you don't trust yourself. Why? Because how many times have you promised yourself something and you've broken your trust? How many times have you said, this is the last time I'm watching porn, or tomorrow I'm going to wake up early, and then you've broken that trust? That is why you can't trust in yourself. And time again, you will fail because you're human. But there's a different kind of confidence that Paul uses that gives him certainty in all situations. In 2 Corinthians 3, 4, and 5, Paul says, "Such is the confidence that we have through Christ toward God. Not that we are sufficient in ourselves to claim anything as coming from us, but our sufficiency is from God." Paul does not place his confidence, his certainty, his identity in himself because he knows he cannot be trusted. He is a broken man just like all of us, but he knows the perfection of Christ. God physically cannot lie, and when he promises us that he will prosper us, he won't fail us, and he'll be with us through all of the trials, we can have certainty through that. And then finally, there's a verse in Galatians that changed my life. Although I'm not perfect with it, it's allowed me to stop comparing so much to other people and instead be firmly rooted in my identity through Christ. In chapter 1, verse 10, Paul says, "For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? Or am I trying to please man? If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ." What Paul is saying here is that he's not pleasing other people. In fact, in 2 Corinthians, Paul talks about how he doesn't even care about the opinion of himself. When you stop caring about any of these opinions and instead firmly root your identity in what Christ has for you, you will no longer be consumed by fear, by doubt of judgment of other people, and you can move forward in the service of Christ. So ask yourself the question, what would I do for God if I couldn't fail? Where am I doubting my abilities right now because I'm focused on me? Or if I focused on God's calling for my life, I would succeed. Your doubt isn't you being a realist. It's a lie from Satan holding you back from your purpose. So stop being conformed to this world and renew your mind in the truth of God. Get deep into this word. Read what he says about you. And through that truth, you can have the strength, you can have the power, the love, and the self-control that we can have through Christ. So brother, if you're struggling with confidence, you are not alone. This is a battle I still face every single day. But through Christ, you can have freedom. Feel free to DM me on Instagram at Nate Fagan. I'd be happy to help you in your battle. Love you guys. God bless.